everybody, this is Bill with Burromax Mini Bikes. We just got our new 1600R in, and we're going to do a little video here on unboxing, assembly, and show you what we got. So here we got, looks like all of our hardware here. We have our front fender. Here we have foot pegs. We have a rear fender. Hefty little tool kit, nice little bag there. And we got the handlebars right here. Looks like we got some wires to attach. Let's pull it out of here now. Grab it by the back, pick the back end completely up, and lift it straight out. This thing is about 90 pounds coming out of the box just like it is. And what do we got left in here? We have the front wheel. We have our decals, TT1600R. And then we have the charger here in the bottom. So that's pretty much our unboxing. We got it all out. Now we got to put it together and see what she looks like all together. And I'm just going to take and set this little guy right up here. Right there. So we got our front brake attached but hanging here, so be careful with that. It has the screws in it to mount it. Our handlebars, we left the foam on them so we don't damage or scratch anything. We got some wires here we got to hook up when we get that far. Let's come over here and see exactly what was in the box. So they sent us some wire ties. We got handlebar riser bolts. We have a front axle with the spacers. We have our foot peg mounting bolts with the 4 nuts. And we have 3 front fender bolts and 3 rear fender bolts. We have 2 foot pegs, a right and a left. And it does matter which is which because they fold towards the back. So this is going to be the right and this is going to be the left. We have a front and rear fender. This will be your front. This will be your rear. And then our front wheel with the brake and tire and everything. Our charger and our decals. And this here is really nice. It's a tool kit. And the tools in it, we're going to use them to assemble this little bike. Got a nice carrying case there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Allen wrenches. 4 regular wrenches. Screwdriver. Phillips on one side, common on the other. We're going to start with our handlebars first. So here's our riser caps and our 4 Allen bolts, and our large Allen wrench here should fit them. Let's get our handlebars out of the packing. Keys are wire tied on it. Let's get them out of the way. Okay, so now we got the handlebars all unwrapped. Let's get these warning labels and stuff off here. Make sure you read this stuff. Doesn't take but a second. We got all our wires here we got to connect. Let's get them out of the way. Make sure you don't pinch nothing. Set your handlebars up in here. Make sure your bait aren't twisted up and they're all in good shape there. We're going to put our risers on first here. Get a bolt started. And each one of them. So make sure you center the bars on the fork and tilt them just slightly forward to where this wrench will fit right behind that top bar. like that. And that's a pretty good position for most folks for the handlebar positioning. But just for starters, just make sure you're centered in the risers. Yeah, if you set your wrench right here, leave a little gap between the handlebar and the wrench. This is a good position to start in. Tighten them up good and tight. While we're right here, let's go ahead and make sure our wires are pulled down a little bit. Let's hook up our wires. Now on this little guy, these are all color coded. We've got a black, a red on the brake. So this brake is red. This yellow. We have a yellow over here. So we want to tailor our wires just a little bit. If you twist around, you'll find it'll fall in a little slot and it snaps together. These are water resistant connections. So hopefully that'll help with any rain or anything that you get caught in. So red to red. These don't have to, they don't snap together real hard, but you want to take and make sure that you're gentle with them to the fact you'll feel it come into place and then snaps together. Goes right in there. Just the throttle. Yep. Snaps right together. So now we're going to pull our wires down. Here, come over this side. Alright, so stuff your wires down in there a little bit. Get them a little more comfortable. We're going to loosen our levers up. We're not going to adjust them exactly yet, but we're going to spin them up here to where they're close to where we want them. And just snug them up for now. They come folded down in order to work in the box. So you got to loosen your levers and spin it around here to where they're kind of both equal. We're just going to snug them down here. Take a couple of our wire ties. Now we just put one around right here. Hold all my wires together. Don't pull it real tight. Just get it up there to where it's tailored a little bit. Okay, so we got our all-in box. We got the handlebars set up. We got our wires connected. Our brake levers adjusted pretty much where we think they're going to be. Our throttle's still loose, so we got to deal with that. And now we're going to go to the front end. We're going to do our front fender. Our three 5mm Allens. Put the front bolt in. Bring it right up there. And get it started good. Alright, don't snug it yet, but run it up very close. Now the back one, find the hole there, and straighten your fender out, it'll go right in for you. And then put your third one in. I'm going to take our little screwdriver here and use my handle to tighten it. Getting all good and tight. Alright, now we got our front fender on. Let's put our front wheel in now. With this side to the brake, of course. We got our axle. We'll take one spacer, put the axle in the fork, put that up on there. Slide that tire up in there. And get it started in. Don't push it all the way through. You got to put a spacer on this side. And I just pull the wheel out a little bit and then kind of slide the spacer and the wheel together. Square it up there and slide it in. Put your nut on. A 14mm for the axle side and a 17mm for the nut side. We'll tighten that dude up. Alright, and the front wheel. And you got two mounting screws here that are in the caliper bracket. You bring it right around here, set the pads on it. Now if you've messed with the levers and you push this together, just use your small common screwdriver to get in between the pads and spread them apart like that, and it'll push the pistons back in and you can get the pad on it. You find a little notch in the disc. Goes right up on there. Make sure you line the holes up. Make sure you tighten these good and tight. Double check these. Look, those things were loose, so you should always check all your bolts on the bike. Tighten those. Loosen these two up. Where your caliper's moving. And pull your brake. Hold it tight. Pull your brake lever. Hold it tight. And come down here and retighten these two mounting screws. And this is adjusting the brake caliper to the disc. Now it's lined up square with the disc. Beautiful. You see where my hand is right here? There's a bracket that takes the place of the shock during shipping. And it holds this thing in place. So we're going to take it out. See where that's at? You come in there, take that. So then you need a 12 millimeter for this side. You just hold on to that and screw this out. It's not really tight, so it should come right out easily. And pull that out. And now let the bike forward. And then we got to take the bolt and nut off up in here and get this bracket out of the way. You see our shock is up in here. And the bottom bolt that came out of the bracket, you're going to reuse as a shock bolt. Put it right through the bottom shock bolt and mount there just like that. Put the nut on it. You need a 12 millimeter wrench. Good. Our rear fender and the 3 screws that hold it on. Screw in first. So set this up in here. It sits right up there like that. Try not to cross thread anything, guys. This is all brand new, so it's not. We have they have to fold back to us. So this is going to be our left side, and this one's our right side. Set that dude up there, put a bolt in, and a nut, put another bolt and nut in. Do the same thing on the other side. You have 14 and a 13, 14 millimeter on the nut, 13 on the bolt, and tighten that dude up, tight as you can get them. And we're going to adjust our throttling gauge. We want to get it tightened up. Right there, right behind the lever is our locking bolt. And you want to tighten it down. Okay, so we've got it all assembled now. We've got our front wheel, our brakes. We've adjusted everything here, our levers. We want to take and turn this baby on and see what we got. Oh, look at that. Nice side lights, halo headlight, and yes, the LED works great. Got our USB port here. It's all lit up and ready to go. Yep, the horn's working. Got a gauge here. Has a tripometer. Has a bar gauge showing our batteries about a little better than half full. It's got the high speed, which is the button here on the side. It's high and low. When the button's pressed in, it's on the low speed setting, which is like 16 miles an hour. Push it out and it's on high, which is 32 miles an hour. The gauge here at the bottom tells us how far we've been. So we've got our side lights here on, and there's a small hole here in the side of the battery box, a metal screw, and it's on. And if you don't like it, you turn it off. It's a great safety factor though. With the light on, you see this thing anywhere. And then we have right here in front, we have our standard and sport mode. Just like on the 750, 250s, 350s. You had a little switch in there. Well, this is just a push switch. We're pretty much ready to go. You want to fully charge it before you ride it. I know it's tempting, getting it all together and you're ready to go. You might take a short lap, but fully charge it before you ride. The battery comes in about 60-70% charge. And you want to fully charge it. In the first few charges, you want to run it down to about 30% and then fully recharge it. For about 4 or 5 charges. That'll cycle the battery good and make it last a lot better for you. Charge better. Full charge on this battery is 59 volts. So if you're going by the voltmeter it does have on it, you want it to be about 54 volts, 55 volts when you store it. 45 pounds there in the tires. You're ready to go here, guys. Let's go take this thing out for a ride. What do you say?